in 1982, the new law allowed people to get divorced, because before you didn't have that law in Spain, imagine. So everybody thought, oh, now everyone is gonna get divorced. We are not have more families anymore. But the reality was totally the opposite. If you decide to get to divorce, immediately you became a pariah in the society. To get divorced is like wow, why you cannot get divorced? Where are you gonna go? Where? With kids alone. You never work out of your house. How? So it's like for women was really hard, and I wanted to explore that in the movie, like how the sacrifice of many women at that period, even our mothers, even our grandma, that they have to finish with that man till the end because the society wasn't prepared for that.
Welcome to Locarno Meets, a movie podcast brought to you by UBS from the Locarno Film Festival. Paz Vega is the Spanish actor best known for her work with Pedro Almodovar and James L. Brooks. Now she's announcing herself as a writer-director, showing her debut feature, Rita, at Locarno Film Festival in 2024. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting us.
Congratulations on Rita. I mean, ultimately, it's a very devastating film, but during the process of watching it, it shifts from a real sense of warmth to a real unbearable sense of tension. How did you achieve these kind of tonal variety?
Yeah, I think because we are in the point of view of the kid, and I think the children are like that. They can be so happy and they can be playing, and suddenly in 1 sec, everything change, and the energy is completely different. And I want to. I wanted to keep the audience like awake, like you do something and you feel that everything is smooth. Something happened that changed everything, and after go back to because reality life is like that. The family dynamics are like that. So it's what I try to put in the movie.
Well, it starts to feel almost like a horror film because you start trying to anticipate when these moments come up. I really think you did a very good job of putting the film inside the children's POV. How did you do that as a director? Is it about camera placement? Is it about story writing?
Yeah, it was from it was very clear even in the script. But also there is some technical stuff where the level of the camera, the decision of to have the academic format, which is the more like that, more really square, because for me, it was very important to focus on the kids and keep out the adult world, out of the frame. So sometimes it's like, for example, in the horror movie or scary movie, sometimes it's worst. I mean, it makes more scare when you don't see what is happening, but it's happening. So it's out. It's in another place. So I tried to, of course, this is a drama, this is not a horror movie, but that feeling, like you see the kids, you see the face of the kids, and you see how what is happening out of the frame affect them. And that was really from the beginning, because it's all about that. My movie talked about how sometimes we underestimate kids, children. We think that they don't know anything, they don't listen, they are in their own world, but it's not like that. They know everything. They are aware of everything because it's part of the nature of the human being. When you are a kid, you are growing and you are learning every time. And so your perception is so vibrant or big, your perception of the world. And So it's what I wanted to show the kids, to see how they react when something happened around them.
And it's particularly sad and devastating when, take for example the scene where they go to the swimming pool with their father, and they have this moment of rebuilding trust with the man that on a daily basis they distrust and they're scared of, but he's being cool, he's being fun, maybe everything's going to be okay, and then
in one moment,
yeah,
change. And it's like that. Because in this story, to me, they're not an antagonist. So the father is not the antagonist. I think he's also another victim of a society who show us how a man have to be, or how a woman have to be, especially 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Now we are changed. Now we are fighting. Now we are, we know more, and I hope things are changing little by little. But yeah, but before, I think the fathers or the fathers, they just act the way that is supposed that they have to act. A good father has is authority. Is a man have to be strong. A man cannot cry. A man have to be like that. And you see how the relationship with his son, trying to be like hey, be strong, be a man, and the son is like I'm not like you. I don't want to be like you.
But the great irony is that he may be saying, oh, a man's not supposed to cry, but he's the most emotional person in the film. He's addicted to rage and his own self-loathing.
Totally. But it's like probably he learned that behavior from his father, and it's like it's a change, like a father and son, and so. But like I say, now I hope things are changing, and now the masculinity that masculinity. Toxic masculinity every day is less and less, fortunately.
It's set in 1982. I understand that's a point in your childhood.
1984.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. 1992 was a big year in Spain because it was all the Olympic Games in 1992.
Yes.
But now it's in 84.
So it's set in 1984. I understand that that's a period that was during your childhood, so there's some kind of personal significance there. But there also seems to be in the story references to some legislation changes around divorce.
It's very important. Yeah. It's very
so would you explain a little bit to me, because I don't really know what was happening then in Spain?
Okay, the thing is, we came from 40 years of a dictadura, a very dark dictadura in Spain. So when Franco dies in 1975, November, the country started to change, no? So the 80s for us was like an explosion of freedom, of everything was like, oh my God, now we can do whatever we want. Now we are free. Now, it's like it was like a very, very good moment I don't know, like a happiness. Like you feel like you're happy, like you are going to the light, no, from the darkness. But that is but the reality was different, especially in some cities, small cities like Sevilla, for example. So in 1982, they allowed this. The new law allowed people to get divorced, because before you cannot, you didn't have that law in Spain. Imagine. So everybody thought, oh, now everyone is gonna get divorced. We are not have more families anymore. But the reality was totally the opposite. If you decide to get to divorce, you immediately you became a pariah.
Yeah.
In the society. It was so hard for women who decide to get divorced. and they felt so alone, even their own family deny that decision. That is so hard because, like I say, we thought that the country was now is modern, now it's the new, now it's like wow, we are
But it's
now like a
still-
European, like but it wasn't.
It's
The
still a big
reality
Catholic
still
country.
was very Catholic, right? And to get divorced is like wow, why you cannot get divorced? Where are you gonna go? Where? With kids alone. It's, you never work out of your house. How so it's like for women was really hard, and I wanted to explore that in the movie, like how the sacrifice of many women at that period, even our mothers, even our grandma, that they have to finish with that man till the end because the society wasn't prepared for that.
Well, there's a very heart-wrenching scene where you go to talk to your sister,
Even
and your
the
sister who must have an idea of what type of man your character is married to, and she's like, I mean, I know he can be tough, but
That's
that's the real moment when you realize how heavy the door is that she's trying to push.
and not only her, not only her, even all the neighbor, all the they listen because you listen. That was the sound mixer in this movie is very important because you feel that in that stairs, in that block of the building, you listen everything.
Yeah.
You know what is happening. There is a little kid crying. So everyone knows what is happening in that house, but nobody say anything because it's like that's their problem. It's like a marriage problem. So it was at that moment the society permits that kind of behavior. And that now, of course, is unacceptable. But still, if you open the news every day, in Spain, there is something like that. That story is again and again happening. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's still is a fight that we are in the. Yeah, we are in the fight, and I think we need more time to fix this problem, which is huge.
Your film is dedicated to victims of domestic abuse. When you sat down to write a film, did you know that you were going to tackle such a heavy and difficult subject, or did you discover that subject along the journey?
No, it was from the beginning. Yeah, it was from the beginning. Yeah, this, of course, is a, but I don't like to talk about that when I say something about the subject because I don't want to put the movie in one place where the movie. I don't think it's fair for the movie if we talk about this movie is about that only.
Sure.
Because this movie is about many things. It's about love. It's about brotherhood. It's about talk about nostalgia of a period of time that it will never return. Where the kids playing on the streets.
Well, this is what I kept on thinking actually.
That is
when you
the
just see the
beauty.
kids inventing games all the time.
And the imagination of the kids. I mean, it's to me it's a love letter to the innocence, to the bravery of the innocent and the imagination and how the kids are so they can escape from reality through the imagination. And that's beautiful. So that's what I say. Of course, there is something at the end that pull everything together. But I think the movie is more than just a movie about.
I understand and agree. And I mean, what I thought with the children, they're playing and they're being outside. What felt so significant to me was that the nature of their games, the nature of their play, was outside of the domestic.
Totally.
Whereas these days, it would be inside the domestic.
That's exactly. It's exactly. We, as kids, we felt free out of the house. Out of the house, whatever. If you go to the park, if you go to the street, if you go to your terrace on the top, you feel you feel free. you breathe, and everything is, and it's beautiful, and you have your own universe out of the house. Now the kids, they're so sad. It's very sad. The whole universe is inside the house.
And if you have a difficult house, that's a bad place to be.
Imagine. So that's why that is so sad when they talk about all the mental problem that the kids they're having right now, and also the teenagers now, because it's the nature of the children is to be out, to be in contact with the nature, to be in contact with the wind, with the sun, but now the kids are always at home in front of the screen, and it's something. I have 3 kids. I know what I'm talking about. I have 3 teenagers. She's one of them is here. And I know how difficult it is to be a father right now, a parents right now, because I'm trying to give them my own childhood, which I think was more healthy, and normal, and now it's kind of weird. Everything is weird, and the way that they connect each other is weird, and it's, we are struggling as parents with our children now. But every period has something. But this one is especially complicated and difficult.
I agree. You cast yourself in the film. Did that help with you directing the young actors, the child actors? Because you could be there, you could build a relationship on screen as their mother as well as their director.
It was essential to be with her all the time, also to be with her and in the rehearsals before. So I'm not only the director, which could be like, oh, she's the director. No, I'm also the mother, and I play with her, and we create a very, very nice and very close relationship, and you can feel that in the screen. That is really real. For us, and for me, it was super important to feel that the connection, even between the kids, like it must be very real, very they touch each other. They touch. They can just be like that, and because they don't know, they didn't know each other before. Just they met in the casting process.
Oh, they seem like great friends.
Yeah, and they after they became a great friend, but in the beginning was like, oh, sir, okay, and they go to the bed, go to the bed with but in one moment we create that real connection as brothers, and I think it's one of the beautiful things to watch in the movie.
What's really nice about having these kids at the heart of it is that even though, as we said, it's a serious film with very dramatic kind of topics that it touches on, but for example, when you're walking back after you've had your purse nicked and Rita just sits down on the ground, I burst out laughing because tired children just sit down on the ground, and it reminded me of my son. And it's those I don't know, very, very human moments that it's impressive that you managed to capture on camera.
It's amazing because it's so beautiful, because every interview that I do or conversation with journalists, different, everyone, they tell me about any experience. Like everyone connect with something in the movie. There is the other day another journalist say, oh, I remember the moment because I had, 2 beds like that.
Bunk bed, yeah.
But this, I say, I remember when I came down, so the feeling in my feet with the metal. They say, oh, I suddenly oh my God, I had that feeling, and it was so beautiful because people make the movie. They connect in a very deep way with the movie, not only with the story, with the okay, I know the story. It's like they connect with their own experience as a child in a very good intimate way, and it's so beautiful. And everybody say, I remember when I was with my daughter, with my sister. So people really connect with the movie, and it's the best gift that they can tell me.
When you sat down to write it, did you know you wanted to direct as well?
when I write
When
the
you
script,
wrote it, did you know you were the director?
I know definitely. I actually I wrote the script looking to the images. I know that's why I put one of the reasons also that I went to the 80s was because I need to write about something that I know
Sure.
with exactly the images, the stairs. Like when we've been looking for the locations, I was very specific. I want this location. I want this stairs. Like you have to go up. You have to go down. It's like a trip every day. You go from your house. I want the house. I want a corridor. So everything was because it was in my mind. Because I write the script with that images in my mind, and I don't think I can't write in a different way. I need to know about what I'm talking. You know what I mean? I cannot, for example, I don't see myself talking about a movie in Mars, or in I don't know, like a Star Wars, like in another
Sure.
world that I don't know. I cannot. I cannot because I don't have that imagination. But I know about images that I already have in my memory, and that's why I decided to go to the 80s, to my own childhood, and write about what I know.
You've worked with some of the great directors, Almodovar, James L. Brooks. Do you feel like, were you always paying attention? Did you know that one day you wanted to direct yourself?
Yeah, in one moment. I didn't put them, like, it was a feeling. It was a feeling. Like, one day I want to do this. But you feel like, wow, this is so huge. Like, oh my God, this is impossible to do it. But when you worry, say, no, it's not impossible. You need the story. You need something to tell. Okay, I want to tell this. So you need an impulse and something. And that's it. And after this, it's a question of trying to get your producer, trying to get the people around you that you connect, that you have the same language, like you connect, like you feel a feeling, and that's it. And of course, it's difficult to make a movie. It's very difficult, but not impossible. It's not impossible, and I really enjoyed all the process from the beginning in the pre-production, and also the post-production. I love post-production. I love the editing room. I think it's a magic. It's the magic. It's where you really make the movie.
Where you learn the movie, sort of. Yeah.
The rhythm, everything is a movie. It's there, and so I love that.
And also, as an actor, presumably you're not allowed in the edit suite, but as a director,
Fabulous. That's how fabulous was. I enjoy a lot. I really, really enjoy. Yeah, really, really, really. It's amazing, and like the music and all and also I enjoy it as well. And this movie is very important. The mixing, the sound mixing is really important. And I've been there like a month. Like I put now add this, add a lot of let's see, that all details that is in the movie. It's really great, and I love all the process.
Now that you have directed, is it going to be addictive? Is it going to be difficult to give back control to somebody else?
It's hard. It's happened to me. I was doing a movie this summer, in July, in Italy actually, and I don't know why, but I was with the camera. I say, okay, so I was trying so there, but pero el eje, blah, blah. When I was trying to manage the camera, and the director say, what happening? I say, what? Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Because I'm not thinking only as an, sorry, I'm thinking not only as an actress.
Sure.
Now,
yeah,
I cannot escape from think of everything.
You've opened
so even
planet,
if I'm costume in a costume, whatever period time or whatever, my mind is in everywhere. It's like the light. I'm looking the light. I'm looking the sound. I'm looking the camera. I say everything. I want to see where the cut. I want to be aware of everything, and because I love it, and it's more interesting than just do your line, and that's it. Of course. And now looks like I'm not an actress anymore or whatever. No, I'm an actress, and I enjoy being an actress, and it's beautiful when you create something, and you connect with your with your partner, with the other actor or actress, and you tell a story and you get emotion or whatever. It's beautiful. But being director and being a writer, and that is something else. It's really amazing, and it's addictive. And sometimes I cannot, like I say, I cannot escape from being in a set, trying to, I don't know. No, it's not control, because I cannot control, but be aware of everything. Sure. I love that. I don't know why.
Well, I think this is a very impressive debut, and it really moved me. And thank you very much for talking.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
Well, thank you very much. Pleasure.